do here. I've also been having some success with the Metalwork Colossus deck. This was a pretty tough one to rebuild post Opal. It took me a long time, but it's been surprisingly pretty good so far in testing. Landing on Serum Powder is something I'm still not 100% sure on. Like on the flex spot, like this, it's either gonna be Serum Powder or Thoughtcast, I think. But I've been liking the Serum Powders. But this deck has been pretty good. Like the synthesizer turns are still like so crazy. So let's go ahead and go 1-1 for the Arbozmir Keensynth deck and 2-2 for updated Metalwork Colossus with Leyline Axe. This deck has been like, one thing I think is like being like figuring out the number of like bridges and citadels has been so tough, especially because I tend to like not play the bridges in general, but you need to splash synthesizer in this deck. It just turns your scales and your teeth into 0 mana constructs that just like make your turn so crazy. All right, looks like more one. Maybe we should pull it. I think we struck a good balance. Gonna mulligan the 7. Double Leyline Axe. Let me keep this. Put back the Serum Powder. Dump these into play. Now, I think I want to play Saga turn 1, so if I draw another land, I have the ability to play Mystic Forge turn 3 off of the Opal. Love to draw a Colossus. Okay, so this lets me Mystic Forge next turn. Good chance my opponent's going to flip the Tamio too. Curious if you have considered building a Shared Fate deck. Shared Fate I think is not very good, assuming I am thinking of the same card. How many lands are my Flays control decks? It just depends on, like, do you have looting? Do you, like, how many cantrips are you playing? What is your curve? I can't just give you a number. You need to figure it out. Okay, card Shared Fate. Listen, I know we're brewing with Magosi today, but this isn't the card I was thinking of. The card's just not very good, I think. I think calling you Monument just a card advantage engine is underselling. It also ramps it as a clock. What's actually interesting about this comment is that the fact that it ramps it as a clock is also part of it being a card advantage engine. Like, treasure tokens and lava spikes are cards, Like, this card casts Think Twice, it casts Lava Spike, and it casts Striker Rich. These are all cards that it casts up to 3 times a turn. So yeah, when I call it a card advantage engine, this is part of it. Colossus. Oh, can cast that. I'm pogging. Dude, when this is your turn 3 and you get to slap a Leyline Axe on there, feels fucking good. Goblin Guide is my favorite card advantage. You cast Shotgun Return. Yes, honestly, like the Swift Spear and Goblin Guide are kind of like card advantage spells in your burn deck. Dude, this deck is so fun. This deck is just the fun. Nice Pithing Needle. They name Leyline Axe. We have 15 damage next turn. I guess without a like Lavaspur Boots, or I guess we could draw the other 3 Tooth of Chiss-Goria for lethal. Chip block. Nice. So it's pretty fun to get to scry with the Mystic Forge in play here. We can maybe dig for another affinity card. Crystal Skull issue Spyglass is another good version of Mystic Forge, but lets you play artifact lands off the top. Yeah, the double blue is just not castable. How dare you quote the text of Crystal Skull Spyglass to me? I was there when it was written. I was there when it cost 2 mana and only cast legendary artifacts and only tapped for and did not tap for mana. How dare you quote the text to me? I was there when it was written. So they've got Aether Spellbomb for a construct. They can survive this turn. Interesting they got Mox Amber. Oh, so they got the Aether Spellbomb, right? Wait. I'm confused with what they tutored. It's okay. You don't think about this stuff when you are colossing. Ooh. So we get to make another construct. I would really love to find a big affinity creature to like just get so many more triggers between Sanctum of Ugin and Double Synthesizer. Okay, I mean, we'll settle for this. Kind of popping off. This deck, oh my gosh. You know, who cares about winning with Metalwork Colossus? Not interested. I just want to take these turns, baby. It's not about winning. It's about oh no. Oh yes, respond to the Sanctum trigger, cast a scale. Get 2 23/23s. That's what it's all about, baby. When you playtest for Wizards, have you ever tested a card that Watsy decided not to print, but later saw in the same feature set? So it's consulting. I'm not part of the playtest team, or wasn't when I did the consulting. I can't recall that happening. But that being said, that is the kind of the one thing you're not allowed to talk about is the specifics of designs of cards. Like the one thing they really don't want you to say is how cards used to look like, so that way if they do decide to print them, they can without them being spoiled. They better not concede if they can't kill me. They please let me attack them. Kai Worlds, the 7 months. Thank you. Welcome back. I always thought about dowsing device these decks to give stuff ETB haste. Yeah, it's just so hard to cast. Sounds fun. Dang, they don't let me attack them. I guess I'll take a win. Fine. All right, so let's bring in the needles and the relics. Let's bring in the flutes too. And then I think I'm going to go down to 1 Mystic Forge, 0 Serum Powder. Actually, maybe I get the Shadowspear and then I play 1/1. I mean, Mystic Forge really popped off that game, but it's just like, I just don't know. Could play Damping Spheres too. I don't think I want them. Yeah, I think I just need to be fast. We'll play a couple Serum Powders. I've never cast Umori in this deck. I am, pretty companion pilled, but it could be correct to cut the Umoris. Waffle, 47 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Appreciate you. Any considerations of updating Greasefang since Lugen's been banned? I'm not sure. I know that Dak Faden had a build that some people liked. Could be something to work on, this week before. I know he died in the challenge, unfortunately. My opponent had 4 consigns for 3 hardcast Karns. And they also had a Tormod script in the top, 12 cards of their library. Spike, if you had told me 2 years ago that blank in Modern, I would not have believed you. I don't know. Everything is just so different now. It's kind of hard to even say. If I could think of a satisfying answer, I'll let you know. Nothing's really immediately coming to mind. So right now we have 8, 9 mana value. So these can cost 2 once all of these are in play. Yeah, Splinter Twin would be a big one. For sure. Let's name Emery. You told me 2 years ago that Luca they banned Luca in Modern. I know. Aethervow Flickros. Yeah, maybe. The fact that that's one of the best decks is interesting. How am I feeling about the big trade? I bought a Wimby jersey yesterday. That's how I'm feeling. Bought a Wimby jersey. Would I say I'm the Luca of MTG? Yes. I don't exactly know what that means, but feels right. So I got named Haywire Might, which kind of stinks. I guess I could just name Grinding Station and let them might this too. Luca's the Luca of MTG. Luca plays Overwatch, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I think I might be thinking of Jokic actually. I love that people keep coming for the Dallas Mavericks opinions. Oh, thanks, welcome. I think you name Might so they don't Emery recur. Maybe. Maybe. I'm gonna play 2 more Colossi next turn, so I'm not that scared of the Aether Spellbomb. Although, sorry, I guess if they, the Colossus costs 3 because of the needle dying. But then if that's what they do, then they get to recur. Oh, I did need to name Might. Dang. Yoka plays League of Legends. No longer a fan. Yeah. So they might plan to block sack.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Well, we get to put 2 more Colossi into play. Can't be that bad. Nice. And this shouldn't stop me because I just have 4 mana. These both cost 2. Nice when your land gives you a 10/10. See if they chump block. Gonna consign. They consign. I can replay this next turn by sacking 2 artifacts. Just gonna play this one first. Kind of glad they didn't consign the Tooth. My 230. Tooth. Tooth. Get you down to 10. This costs 2, so we can't replay it here. Uh-oh. What do you think of the Grixis Grinding Breach decks with Basem? I think Rumble's better than Basem, and I say this as potentially Basem's #1 fan. There's a Breach. Well, they chose Shifting Woodland, though. I want to do this first so that we incentivize our opponent to use the Might now, because they can keep me off this with Might anyways. Is this a Zerda deck? No, Urza Saga stopped Zerda, but we are playing Umori. I assume the flower thing left of your mirror is the Gruul symbol. I would choose to continue to believe this for fun. You can. They're just like knitted flowers that me and Esther got at a Cinco de Mayo festival one year. All right, you're at 9. Good luck. Yeah, it does kind of look like the Gruul symbol. Yeah, they didn't take the breach, but they could have gone breach, claim, claim. Could still do that, maybe. What bugs me is that Saga is the only land with no abilities. They should have had non-land of Zerda. Well, Saga came out after Zerda, but we don't need more companions either. How was this stuff performing? I mean, not. I mean, it's been doing some sick things. I think that the plan of just put a bunch of big dumb creatures into play is not the best at the moment. But it's pretty fun, and I want to show kind of how like we've kind of maximized the idea, and I think overall it's a deck that could be good one day. So it's good to show it off and work on it now too. The Rumble. Okay, while they look for a grinding station, we use the restroom.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay, well I'm back. I don't see a grinding station, so they play a Haywire Might, which I don't know even know if this is correct. I don't know if they see the Nature's Claim line. We're chilling. I was surprised to see the ring price rebound quickly. I went to get one for Commander yesterday. It was like $70 again. Yeah, I think that the fact that the ring like should go in every Commander deck forever, like it's like Soul Ring and that. Also, is Mana Crypt still banned? Like whatever happened with like the point level stuff. But yeah, that I think it was kind of predictably like gonna always be $100 card again. What's the new update? So I haven't played this deck post Mox Opal, and also the ring was banned. So we're playing Mystic Fortress. I think it's actually kind of better than the ring was, for whatever that's worth. Okay, so they can claim again. I think I should probably sack the Colossus and my bridge, so if I draw another Chiss-Goria card, I can play another 10/10. Points are coming soon? Really? It's been months, right? I mean, I guess it was just too big of an undertaking. Silly to have Mana Crypt be a high power card, not Soul Ring. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, Soul Ring is like better than Mana Crypt for the most part. I think in Commander, maybe not. I don't know. Commander's always been a pretty silly place. All right, let's go. My opponent's gonna be able to cobble together a win. Let's go to game 3. Oh, gosh. Thank you for showing me the Beseiju. Get to be on the play. I think we're getting an update at MagicCon Chicago, but it's not going to be a points bracket. So you think they're going to undo what they had? It does make sense that they like, you know, they said they were going to go for this plan and then just nothing happened. I haven't sold my Mana Crypt yet. You know, I've still got it. Still got my whatever that the 2-drop that they banned was too. I don't even know that card. I got it though. They told us we'll be getting an update, but that the brackets are not complete yet. Yeah, I wonder what the like work process on that is. As someone who's been you know, working with a team for some game design stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm not really going anywhere with that comment. What are we doing here? So if I go bridge into Saga Synthesizer Tooth, that's 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. So that'd be one short of playing double Frogmyr the following turn. I think I'm gonna still do this. But I might just flute next turn instead of do this. We'll see what we draw. It's worth the same or slightly more now. I just have no idea. Like, I don't know. I just like I probably need to sell a bunch of cards to fund my honeymoon this year, but it kind of depends because Esther's gonna get a big bonus that she might not be getting anymore, so TBD. But if she doesn't get that bonus, I'm gonna sell some cards to fund the honeymoon. But for the most part, I just don't really keep track of my collection. Ooh, Haywire Might. If you're selling cards, you should list them here signed. I buy a Spike original. I feel like that mostly will reduce the value, but I guess I could offer them signed. We'll see. More importantly, don't sell cards. I don't know. I might not. I'm thinking about it, though, because I just don't play a lot of paper Magic these days. And like the paper tournaments I have, it's like not even that common I use my cards, but we'll see. It's gonna hold up the flute here. If they flip the Tamio, do we flute the Tamio in response? I don't know. We do have the Relic. 24-hour honeymoon post raising fundraising stream. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's just so fucking expensive. I was actually gonna buy a lot of Canadian and Mexican goods this week. I'm really excited for that. Alright, grinding station. They have Nature's Claim. Would I sign a full set of Modern Horizons 3? I'm sure there are timelines where I would do that, yeah. Oh. Mexico tariffs? Okay. Tariffs on Mexico? It's trying to do Larry David. I don't think that really worked. 1, 2, 3. Been watching so much Curb for the first time. I guess I'm playing into Consign maybe too much, but I'm a bit worried about them killing the synthesizer. But maybe that means I'm also playing into Claim. Okay, we get a trigger. We need to not get combo killed. Very important. They plus the Tamio. They mill over an Amber, a Spire, a Rumble, and another Amber. They choose an Amber. This deck needs exactly one Urza. The mill and Oracle, so if I can Relic exile that, that could just be game over. How much non-creature mana value do I have? I have 7. So if I get a 1-drop and I cast a Synthesizer, I can go Frogmyr, get a Colossus, cast a Colossus, double trigger these. Yeah, pretty good. They bounce my Relic with a Otawara. I almost feel like they misclicked. This does mean that I can't. So they're gonna consign. They're planning to consign my Relic because they can't beat it because of the Oracle. So I should Pithing Needle the Scalding Tarn. Ask. I always hate to be like, did you mean to do that? Are you stupid? You know what I mean? I hate to ask, was that a misplay? Yeah, so name the Tarn. Then we get to play the Relic. Oh, okay, we win. Okay, so in this hand is good if we draw any imprintable, so just let us make Saga tokens turn 2. We can also make Saga tokens turn 2 if we draw another Mox Opal. Is that right? Yeah, because we can go, play a 1-mana Tooth into another Mox Opal, make a Saga token. A Colossus is really good because we can cast Colossus. A Synthesizer is really good. I think I'm not even going to calculate this. It's just going to be a keep for me. Oh, okay. Okay, interesting draw. I think I've got too many draws that make me want to play Saga turn 1, and I have backup Saga. Although, sorry, I should have played the Boots and the Opal because of Eidolon. Okay, so next turn we can make a Saga token. And then we can equip Shadowspear to it if we have Labyrinth where we can't attack. So probably just going to go Saga token, equip Boots, play second Saga, get Shadowspear. I'm still at 20 life, so that's good news. DRC. So spins a Brick Bolt. I think we may be getting Chandra's incinerated. Yes! Yes! This is what Modern's all about. Oh man, I love this fucking format. Look at this. Lightning Bolt my construct. Oh no, please don't seal a fire. Tooth of Chiss-Goria! And then the thing is, are they going to play around the second tooth by blocking with the channeler? I think that they might. No one plays around the second tooth of Chiss-Goria. Oh, they did it. That's what it's all about, baby. What a format. Dude, imagine how good that Twitch clip would have been if they had not played around the second tooth. That's what it's all about, baby. All right. Right back. Next is 50 months. Thank you. Welcome back. So we can play one Colossus on turn 2. We can play, if I draw Mox Opal, I can play a turn 1 Colossus. So Labyrinth and Print Enforcer. 2 mana to play a Tooth, can't play the second one. Okay, so let's just play this and then could double Colossus next turn. We're getting incinerated here for sure. I love this freaking format. The incinerator is so laughably bad here. It's funny. Okay. So 1 mana for 1 tooth, 2 mana, and then my Colossi costs 1, so I have to go Labyrinth, imprint the Frogmyr, Colossus. Nice 1 mana 6/6. Don't you know they give 10/10s for 1 mana now? It says whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Yeah, you basically always know if your burn opponent's playing Seal of Fire that they're playing Incinerator, so they can go Seal, Bolt, Incinerator on turn 2. The opponent just says, lol. Not much else he can do. This is what it's all about. I love this fucking format so much. I hope I never have to play Standard again. Does the Mox not have it more? It should. We'll give him a little double block action here. No, don't Deflecting Palm. Boros Charm for double strike. So they can kill one of my Colossi. And then get my Leyline Axe equipped here. Unfortunately, these don't do anything right now. Yeah, I'm not sure why the Mox wouldn't have a Mori. I really like this deck. It's so fun. Format's so fast too. So I can go Saga, Sanctum, cycle for Darksteel Citadel, get Mox Opal. If I don't have another artifact, I can cast 1 scale for 1 mana. Cast Synthesizer, cast second scale. I think on the play this is going to be a keep, and on the draw I would mulligan. We also have Sanctum plus I guess we'll be cycling the Enforcer maybe, but if we just draw a blue artifact land, this hand is insane. You have to rep it next turn, but we get to go on turn 3. Synthesizer, Scale, Companion, sack Sanctum, and then get another Companion or a Colossus. We won the die roll gets energy maybe for once. Yeah, we have 4 Ugin's Labs. Fun to be a non-Eldrazi Ugin's Lab deck. Yeah, so I do think we're going to get Mox Opal. We're going to get Darksteel Citadel off the Companion. Although if my opponent if they like White Orchid Phantom my Saga, then we're going to get a blue artifact land. This will be a fun matchup. I reserve the right to take that back. But we need the artifact from the Citadel here. Okay, so here's a question. Do I still want to do this thing? I could get Boots or Shadowspear instead, play a bridge, and then next turn go Synthesizer, scale at instant speed. I think that makes more sense because my opponent's going to probably play Felia, so it seems to me that I'm playing too much into Felia if I go for the line this turn. Are there any fetchable Saga artifacts that make 2 artifacts? Not to my knowledge, no. Like, you can't get Blood Fountain off Saga. But then if with this line, I guess I could have also just scaled at instant speed this turn, huh? I think the Shadowspear is nice. This is less nice. Flicker Risk, White Orchid Phantom, Witch Enchanter. Don't think we're going to be using either of those. We're in kind of bad shape if our opponent's Solitude there, but just, like, how could they ever Solitude here? Now, the bad news, too, is Colossi cost 1 mana, so we're just going to get 2 Companions instead because they come with constructs attached. I guess we actually say no to the first one, just in case they have Solitude Ephemerate. Well, I guess we can still do both. I mean, we can still do this too. Two 10-10s instead of, or 3 10-10, or yeah, 2 10-10s instead of the 4-4s would be nice, but still a pretty dang good turn. And we got a Shadowspear too. They might kill the Shadowspear. I don't know. If I trade Free Strider plus Saga at all, I'm not the biggest fan, but I've tried a little bit of it. Yeah. Saga token down, or Construct token down. They have Solitude in their hand. They have Witch Enchanter in their hand. Untapped Godless Shrine. They have like Flickerwisp plus Ephemerate for the Solitude. That would suck so much. Alright, goodbye. Second Construct. They only have 3 Ephemerates in their deck at the moment. They're in a Solitude, Witch Enchanter, 3 mystery cards. Sorry, Felia. I feel like I'm gonna play the bridge so I can play powder to get into the construct next turn. So they're gonna solitude a construct. Oh, these are both scales. I thought they were one was a tooth. Okay, so I guess the attack is easy then. They have a push. Guess we're still gaming. The scales make my block against the Overlord pretty good though, because I get to Oh wait, ordering blockers isn't a thing anymore. Come on, Wizards of the Coast, help me out! Ordering blockers isn't a thing anymore. Got me some slack. Okay, no attacks. So gonna hardcast a Solitude. Oh, I guess I can just attack with the 4/4s though, because I can just double scale. So, oopsie doopsie. I was thinking that it was better on defense, but yeah, they nerfed me mid turn. Okay, 2 more constructs avenging their fallen comrades. They still have a Witch Enchanter in their hand over there. All right, that was good enough. Let's go. Let's go. Maybe we should have had Torp Orbs on the board. I just run it back here. I think a Needle for Vial's fine. Could play Consign. I don't think it's we have a good time holding it up against them. The Boots, you would apply much for pleasure. Yeah. Boots would have been better that game. I thought that the Shadowspear would be better if the game went really long, which might still have been. I forgot ordering blockers isn't a thing. Can you break down how this has functionally changed the game to noob like me? So in that spot, say that they attack with their Overlord, I block with all of my companions. How it used to work is they would order blockers, and I would give 2 extra toughness to the one that they ordered first, making it 6 toughness. Now the way it works is you skip that, and you just go straight to the damage step, and they can apply the damage to any of the blocking creatures. They have to apply all lethal damage to one creature before they can apply it to another one. But it stops you from there's no window for us to give extra toughness there. So they've effectively nerfed blocking 30 years into the game. Do they set out some Vialstonian? Maybe. 61. Really important to win game 1, I think, against these kind of decks. They can split and do non-lethal to both. Can you? I thought you had to do lethal damage still. Not 100% sure, I guess. I'm going to keep this hand, though. Chicken Waffles, 26 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, trying to get a Mori banned, although Mori's maybe just not good. How did Wildlands testing go? We went 2-2 in the challenge. It was a little bit unfortunate that we lost round 1. Kind of. I mean, we probably would have lost anyways, but there was a bug where Karn let us... They Emrakul'd me when I had Karn in play, and they were able to get a Needle from the Karn, which they shouldn't have been able to do to turn off Woodland, which totally turned off any outs I had. My opponent has kept a 0 lander, and then they've said the word whelp. So I'm going to play this Mox so I can play a Tooth. 230. The lethal thing only applies in case of traveling other players. I see. Thank you, Zach. Was my opponent playing Magosi combo over here? Skipping their first turn? Is that a bug worthy of reimbursement? I think they may have live reimbursed me because a bunch of play points just showed up. Okay, now I shouldn't have mocked them. I regret my actions. As usual. Could prototype this. I think I'm just going to instead cycle this companion. Draw a land, we can cast a Serum Powder into a Forge, maybe. God Pharaohs after New Duretti. We'll see. Like, I'm pretty excited. New Duretti seems so fun. They got Needle from Sideboard Exile. It wasn't a sideboard. I was a little confused for a second, though. Gotta play a blocker for Felia here. So, drawing a land would let me Metalwork Colossus. I guess untap land. Gonna still leave this back for Felia. Was it a flicker, a prototype? It should come back as a 4-power creature. Weird game. They get a Solitude, not a Kataki. Worried about an Ephemerate, though. So now we go Serum Powder into Colossus. My opponent maybe just block Ephemerate and get some mana denial. They do grab a Witch Enchanter. I'm gonna go with the dogs inside while they take this turn and come back and see what the damages are. They get a Skyclave Apparition, which is a little bit surprising, maybe. They grab rid of Fatal Push. I really need to cast this Mystic Forge, although I guess if they cast Skyclave, the Forge ain't gonna be so good. Or if they don't cast the Skyclave. I guess the same thing is true for the Enchanter. Yeah, they go after my Mox, which is probably worse than going after the Serum Powder because of Colossus and other Mox Opals. So I guess there's my bait for the Skyclave that can like bait out the Skyclave and then let me dig for 4th land for Mystic Forge, triggers Mystic Forge. I guess, sorry. They're going to Skyclave the Synthesizer. What is the reason to play Simic Artifact land over Izzet one? Umori, but I guess we do have the Frogmyr. Maybe we should have the Izzet one. They pitch a Phantom. I get to gain 10. You really don't prototype very much in this deck. Because you really want to be triggering the Sanctums, but it obviously could come up. Tap land. I don't think tap land's just too bad here, I think. I found in the style deck, it's really easy to mill an opponent out with Synthesizer, Colossus, Altar of Dementia. Well, don't you need 2 Synthesizers? Because you go minus... sack 2 artifacts, right? You also have to get a Colossus in the yard. I guess you just sack it to the altar, never mind. You just sack a Colossus to, like, sack 1 Colossus to the other, sack the new token, replay. Okay. You just need 2 Colossi. We're at 27, let's get in. It's definitely a lot of cards that you need. Punish for they woke up with Felia. Oh, the problem with those is if you're just sacking Colossus to Colossus there, you don't get to sack anything to the altar. But I guess I guess you're just saying that you don't need to sack that many times, right? You don't need to sack that many times. It's kind of interesting. Ephemerate, Avid Interrupter, Flagstones. If they take the Avid Interrupter, I'll just concede. Okay, they do. Let's go to game 3. It gets you into play. Radiant Lotus, Serum Tank. Serum Tank. Codex Shredder, a random artifact. Open the vaults. Sack all artifacts, make 12 mana. Bring them back with Open the Vaults. Open Bouts with Codex Shredder for 11. Loop for infinite mana. Okay, I guess I'm reading Serum Tank. I don't think that's the card you're thinking of. That's kind of interesting, though, the Open the Vault stuff. Probably better to be in on Faith's Reward than Open the Vaults. Keep looping Withdrawal Serum Tank. Yeah, can we please play Chromatic Star or Ichor Wellspring? Instead of Serum Tank. Yeah, I mean, it could be something. The problem is, of course, like just getting to 6 mana to cast the Lotus is like so unrealistic, it seems, but that could not be the case. You're gonna need like Lotus Blooms. Well, no blue mana. Let's mulligan. This one's kind of a stinker. They're on 6. Let's go to 5. Pretty interesting 5. I think I put back a spine and a scale. So a spine and an axe. And we're looking for an imprintable to play a turn 3 Mystic Forge. Or an Opal. So that's 14 outs with 2 looks. Not too bad. I might put a Moria into my hand next turn. Try not to forget. Didn't get marched. That's good. That's why you ran it with Jolted Awake. We also need 6 energy. Easy enough to get, just to have. And then the Lotus in the Yard, and then also all the card draw spells. I spoke a little too soon there, it seems. What does Umori collect? I guess shitty decks. No third land? Maybe they have Ophelia, though. Yeah, let's play a tap land instead of putting Umori into our hand. Yeah, Umori, Collector of Dust. Finds a Recruiter of the Guard. Any of the Dream Tests will do the thing. Apparently it doesn't work. The permanent has to have Vanishing for the Vanishing counters to move over. I didn't play test it off stream besides solitaring and building the deck. Pretty sad. We're going to need a good Mystic Forge, although they returned Witch Enchanter. Kind of cooked, huh? Yeah. Tough mold to 5. Let's powder. Hand's pretty close. Okay, definitely keeping this. Wait, is powder bugged or did they change it? Why am I seeing 7 cards? I thought I'm only supposed to see 6 if I mulligan and then powder. Oh no, that's if you powder, then mulligan, then powder. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I thought about also playing Kozilek's Unsealing in this deck. I decided against it. Nice. So next turn we can get Lavaspur Boots, and then we can haste our Colossus. So if we could draw an untapped land or an Opal, we could also make a Construct. Although one of my constructs is just going to get commanded here. Boy, I love this deck. That's what it's all about. Oh, they let me cast this. I think it's better to cast this and try to equip the axe next turn. Ah. I spilled a little. And then maybe that thinking is wrong because of the chump blocker sound. But they also maybe like remove my Labyrinth this turn. Does this deck feel like the real deal? I mean, this is a pretty high variance deck. You have some really sick, crazy turns. You have some pretty bad draws. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would they exile Leyline Axe instead of a Colossus? I guess maybe I should have moved the boots over to the companion. Seems like the real deal. Like this deck does consistently put a ton of power into play. Yeah. And it isn't exactly, I think, the format where doing that is super good, but it could be one day. So they rumble into a Mycospawn, a Talisman. What's nice is we have 3 lethal creatures instead of just 2. I think Tommy could fit this deck clues for artifact count. No, you can't consistently have turn 1 blue mana. Also, it's kind of tough to like turn on like push. I mean, you can go with constructs, but like making early removal good against you is kind of bad. So they're going to K command for the triple chump block. Should have sacked this spawn. Pretty easy mistake to make. 1 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Yeah, it may just cast an Emrakul, although Emrakul is pretty beatable here if they... I guess if they have the spawn left, it's not, but if they don't, it's GG. Emrakul costs 6, they have 7. Oh, dang it. I guess they can also just do this if they have another imprintable. Or even not, they just spin their hand. Maybe they're going to go Karn Bridge. Can we play Savor the Moment and Resurrect deck 3-mana extra turn? I'm not going to play Savor. I would play Time Warp still, but might play Time Warp. I just don't think Savor, even though it has some synergy with Rack, it's just not something I want to play. Oh no, my opponent can... They may miss this, but they can like sack my board with the Metalwork Colossus here. Be cool if they see it. Yeah, they do see it. Nice. Okay, not a game. Let's bring in some consigns. They were cutting the 3 of the forges and a Shadowspear for the consigns. Although the trample and Shadowspear could be worth bringing in. But we have trample from the axe. Let's have a needle for Karn over the 4th forge. Forge is too slow for the matchup. Yeah, I have to finish building the Magosi deck, and then I will see. I'll test it tonight and see if it's worth exploring more. If it's just way too bad. Did you see any entirely new decks arriving in Modern with this set? There are some like build around cards, yeah, like Monument to Endurance. But for the most part, there's a lot of like supplemental cards to existing decks. Some black-white player used Grange, had to counter to Emperor Bones activate again. Yeah, we were talking about playing Grange and black-white last week. I'm a big Grange fan. I haven't really played any of the black-white deck, but if they're already on Emperor, like making your mana base more painful for Grange, I think is pretty nice. Grange is just good too. Like it'll make you like a lot better in the mirror. You just win it's just like a free combat trick that like you win when your creatures are evenly sized. Sometimes terrible. The Twitch Prime. Thank you. Welcome back. Powder. Mulligan. Trying real hard to keep this one. Think we have better 5s. There we go, better 5. So I think it's kind of weird. I think I put back the axe and I put back the consign. Because this hand just like goes so crazy if we draw I guess if we draw an imprintable, we can't pop off turn 2. Still, it seems like this hand is just trying to go Synthesizer into Teeth. Do you think Rumble Enchantment can make it Yogg tier 1? Absolutely Not do I think that Yogg being tier 1 would be on the backs of a slanted Malevolent Rumble. Like this card isn't even clearly better than Rumble to me. Where like the spawn token on Rumble is so insane. You get to cast Yawgmoth on turn 3, and you get to sack the spawn token. Like, Rumble could just still be better than this card. I'm going to try to bank on drawing a land here. Any land works with the Opal too. Sometimes terrible, Twitch Prime. Apt username. The Colossus deck, sometimes terrible, sometimes busted. B-Rocco 42 months. Rumble lets you go for nice. I agree that it's nice. The question was, will it make it the deck tier 1? The answer is no. They didn't take this Trinisphere because they have another Trinisphere. I mean, one construct a turn is not the worst. So I can go 3 mana Tooth. Then this is discounted by 6. It'll cost 5. So I guess I'll just do that after the Tooth. Wish I could go Mox Tooth into Colossus, or maybe Colossus Companion next turn. I've been playing Magic lately, bought a house. Congrats! It's really exciting. Remember, it's only insurance fraud if you get caught. My number one advice to all new homeowners. What does the Magosi deck entail? Karn's Bastion, Magosi, Nesting Ground can give you access to an infinite turn combo. It's interesting because it's a land-based infinite turn combo that can't be interacted with super easily. It's 8 mana total, and sometimes requires you to skip a turn, so it's kind of tough. I guess Mycospawn doesn't do too much to me here. What was the reason for not playing Opal a few turns ago before the 3-ball? I guess I should have just played it out. I wasn't playing around Trinisphere. So like there's like just, you know, it can die and it can give opponent information about my hand, but seems like playing around Trinisphere was better. I just haven't seen like a lot of Trinispheres lately. I wonder if they block here. I feel like, what if I typed, oops, I thought it was Scale of Chiss-Goria? They would say in response, what is Scale of Chiss-Goria? I feel like there's something about tapping the Tooth that makes, like, main phase makes it more likely that they block with the Mycospawn. I wish I could tell you what it is about that. Like, if I could articulate a bit better why I think that's the case. So hopefully this is just the Devourer. If it is, they have to exile the Sprawl too, which is fun. I guess they do get to sack the Sanctum, which is less fun. Oh, that's blue, right. Dang it. You get an Emrakul. Alright, I'll concede to the Emrakul. Alright, lunchtime. Thanks for tuning in, baby. Fun stream today. I'm gonna work on the Magosi deck, but I've got some, you know, better stuff too prepped. I've got the Naya Fleshraker build with Arbaz Mir. I have this deck. Oh, I also have an updated Mardu Titans build that, like, I just didn't like the Ragavan or the Bowmaster.